1. In the previous examples, BoxLayout has been used. Now, we will go over it in a more detailed fashion. 2. These are the files in a folder. There is a Python file and 5 Kivy language files. However, only one Kivy file will be called by the Python file at a time. 3. This is the main Python file, which will call a particular Kivy file using the load file function of the builder class. Note, we don't have a main Kivy file, as it is not needed. 4. This is the first Kivy file, and it is similar to that in the previous example. However, the orientation now is vertical. 5. It results in 3 buttons arranged vertically, taking the entire space of the layout. Since we didn't specify otherwise, each button is the same size. 6. In the second Kivy file, spacing is added. This means that there is a spacing of 50 pixels between the buttons. 7. This shows the result of loading the second Kivy file. For relative comparison, the size of the app window, which is also the layout size, in this case is 800 by 600. 8. Padding adds margins between the layout and its child widgets. Padding is a Python list of 4 elements referring to the left, top, right, and bottom margins. If padding is given only one value, all margins are the same. If padding is given only 2 values, the top and bottom are the same as well as the left and right. We see that left margin is the smallest value in this Kivy file, and the bottom is the greatest. 9. This result confirms that the margins have been correctly added. 10. Now the spacing and padding are removed to see how pos hint and size hint work. Size hint is a Python list of 2 values corresponding to x and y, and is only a relative scale. Button 3 has an x value that is twice the other buttons, so it is twice the width as the other buttons. For the y, button 2 has a y value that is twice the other buttons, so it is twice the height as the others. Pos hint is a Python dictionary of x and y values. However, in vertical box layout orientation, only the x element can be used. The x value can refer to the leftmost point of widget x, center point of widget center x, or rightmost point of widget right. The number are relative to the layout size, from 0 to 1. 11. For the particular Kivy file, we get this result with some annotations added. For button 1, we set x at point 1, 10%. For button 2, we set center x at point 3, 30%. For button 3, we set right at 100%. 12. This Kivy file uses the same values as before, except spacing and padding are added. 13. Now we can see the margins are added, and there is spacing between the widgets. There are other properties in the box layout, but these form the foundation, and will give the results you want, most of the time. 14. You can find additional information including the source code at pythonmobile.blogspot.com.